All right, let's go ahead and get to No Surrender preview first. Okay, so No Surrender is, let's see, No Surrender is tomorrow night. And let's go to ticket sales. So looks like they're going to be up over the 1,500 mark. This I got the numbers from Dobby, who I believe got it from WrestleTix. And so what and then they actually, so they were close to 1,500 just a day or two ago, and then they expanded the seating, and they're going to push for a sellout. And so the Pinnacle should be a hot crowd, hopefully. And then the Saturday tapings are trending over 1,200 people, but it looks like they added a 30% discount to it. And they're going to be papering the hell out of it. So they might get well over 1,000 each night, maybe like 1,500 each night, which would be pretty good for them. The Pinnacle is a newer venue in Nashville, layout built for high energy TV production and having back to back nights of 1,500 plus fans with the acoustics in that venue is going to make it look pretty cool. And I know that I think AEW, Dobby, if you're in the chat, did AEW run there recently? I think it was either AEW or NXT or both. But it is becoming a new hotbed for pro wrestling. I do want to make mention of something. I checked out this venue where I like right next to where I work. So it's called the Belk Theater. And it's essentially like Charlotte's version of Broadway. We have like a lot of theaters in uptown Charlotte. And the Belk Theater is like the premier theater. So I took a look at it. I was walking by and kind of took a peek in and I looked it up online, and you could absolutely get like 2,000 fans in there for a wrestling show, and it would look really nice. Maybe like 1,500, but it would look really nice. And I might make a pitch to Tony Khan or to I don't have access to Carlos Silva. He doesn't have like an email address that I can just get to. Tony Khan I can just DM, like he's open to DM. But Carlos Silva and Tony and I have shared DMs before, just like bros, like talking wrestling, basically. Him giving me suggestions of things to watch and things like that. So, but Carlos Silva doesn't have that. So, but maybe, and I would email Ross Foreman my fine, but he does not email you back. So, so, all right. So let's get to the card. We got Order 4. What the hell? Hold on. Let me get to this. Order 4 is taking on the Righteous and the Hardys. So that's going to be a big match. We got Mike Santana and Leon. So I think, the Hardys and the Righteous versus the Order 4. I think that hold on. I think the Hardys probably win that one because they're going to end up losing to the System here pretty soon. I think they're going to end up losing to the System. So I think that match is going to be pretty good. We got TNA International Championship. We got Stinks versus Trey Miguel. I'm hoping that Trey Miguel unseats Stinks, but they are telling a story with Ariana Grace that she's manipulating her father, and I could actually see Stinks keeping the belt, but I'm gonna pick Trey Miguel here. Knockouts World Championship, Lei Ying Lee versus Ariana Grace. After what I saw tonight with her sneaking the Cobra, I think it's pretty clear that she's going to try to cheat and her dad's going to stop her. But I could go either way. I'm going to stick with Lei Ying Lee on this one. I'm done with the lower level jobbers from NXT winning these titles. I don't think it helps either company, for real. Like, I don't know what they were thinking sending Stacks over, but he stinks. And so does Ariana Grace as far as like in the ring. I have like the story that they're telling. But this wrinkle, I'm curious to see how it plays out, but I would have much rather have seen Lei Ying Lee defend the title against a contender. I know the story is that she manipulated her father to get the title shot. So they're going for story over substance. So I understand that part. I'm not an idiot. But this is a TNA Plus special. They could have done the storyline on television. And then for the TNA Plus special, the one that we're all paying for, gave us a really good Langley match. That's what I would have preferred. And that's like if I were in the same position, that's what I would have done. You can have Langley just win a really good match and then on Impact at the tapings next, do the Ariana Grace thing. Like that's not a big, like you just do that. That's not a big deal. But maybe they have something up their sleeve for it. I don't know. Knockouts World Tag Team Championship, the Elegance brand versus Indy Hartwell and Zaya Brookside. Indy Hartwell and Zaya Brookside literally became a team, but there's no other teams, so you get a title shot. That's the rules. If you're just joining us for the first time, that is the rules of the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship division. You have a champion, you form a team, and they become challengers, and they challenge and challenge until they win the titles. Then the champions break up and now you have another full-time tag team, and then you create new tag teams after that as people go to AEW or WWE or they get released. So that is the pattern. Grudge match, guys in the chat. I have this listed as a match that's happening on Friday, but I don't think that's the case. Is the Guitar Case casket match happening tomorrow, or is that happening on Saturday? I think it's happening on Saturday, isn't it? Can you guys correct me on that? I think that's happening on Saturday, but I have it in my notes as happening on Friday. I just don't think that's true. I already talked about the 8-man tag singles match, Eric Young versus BDE. It looks like they're setting up BDE to win that one. It might be a little early for him to be winning matches against stars. The guy needs to fill out a little bit. The guy, he's got to hit the gym. I do see see what they see in him. I think he's a hard worker and he could be something someday, but they should probably just beat this guy for a while and let him earn it. Right. And I don't think he should be beating Eric Young. He's probably going to win, but I think that Eric Young should win. And then in the main event, you got Mike Santana and Leon Slater versus Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards. Nick Nemeth obviously has the Call Your Shot Gauntlet trophy. He can cash in at any time. And, Leon Slater has his option C. He can cash in. Eddie Edwards has the briefcase. He could cash that in, but not like 24/7 like Nick Nemeth can. Like Eddie Edwards and Leon Slater have to make a challenge. So we have all these challengers for Mike Santana, and I like the way they're going with the world title picture. They're putting him in a match with 3 potential challengers that are down the road here. And BQ brought this up on his show, and here's what I'm worried about is that at Rebellion in April, they're just going to put them all in the same match. So instead of like 4 to 6 main events lined up for Mike Santana, you only get one out of it. I don't think that's very efficient to just throw everybody in the same match, right? I guess like you could do that and then still have those successive main events. I think it's lazy. I just don't like it. I don't like it when they do that. And then they also got a Knockouts Battle Royal. Winner becomes the number 1 contender for the Knockouts World Championship. I want you guys to go back in history and see if there's ever been a good Knockouts Battle Royal. Like, if you could point to one, I'm interested. I just don't think there's ever been one. And if there were to be a surprise, I think this would be it. And I'm talking like low-level talent, somebody off the Fed roster, jumping in this battle royal. Remember the last battle royal was Kalani Jordan winning it. It was the worst fucking match I've ever seen in my life. But it was pretty terrible. Like it was her and Lei Ying Lee, which they didn't need to do, and they did the battle royal, and they ended up having the match afterwards. It stunk. So, okay, casket match is Saturday. Thank you guys. I'm pretty sure that it was Saturday tapings. Thank you, Dobby, and thank you, Gerard, and everybody else. Oh wow, everybody jumped in on that one. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it ended up in my notes as being Friday, so that was messed up. Okay, Dobby says there's definitely hasn't, but they at least have the most talent they've had in the battle royal in a while. Yeah, I could say that. Yeah, that is true. Candice Michelle's supposed to be a no surrender. No word on if she's going to step back in the ring or what she's going to be doing. I don't see any reason that she needs to wrestle. I guess she could be a part of the battle royal, but I think she's just there as like a agent producer and just there for like pre-show signings and stuff. Like, 'cause she used to be famous. She was the GoDaddy model, right.